Now, I had drafted a document, and Wayne would know if it was done, and it was good with me, Wayne, and Shelley, so I think we're...
Just referencing the termination letter and
No.
I agree.
Ready? Call this meeting of Kent County Commissioners to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty. DiCaprio of the Baltimore County Police Department, who died in the line of duty yesterday, May 21st. Thank you. However, the 4 suspects were captured. I have an invitation for, please join us for the final splice. The camera optic systems. Kent County, Maryland is open for business. This is going to be Thursday, May 21st at 11 a.m. at Washington College campus at 300. Let's see, 21st? 24th. Thank you. That's why you're here. At Washington College campus at 300 Washington Avenue. Or call the Commissioner's office. A notice that all county offices will be closed on May 28th, Monday, in observance of Memorial Day. The County Commissioners of Kent County will hold a public hearing for the proposed FY 2019 budget on Tuesday, June 5th of this year at 6 p.m. in this room. All regular meetings of the Kent County Commissioners of Kent County are open meetings and the public. Closed session minutes and liquor minutes.
So moved. Second time.
Properly moved and second that the aforementioned minutes be approved as submitted. All those in favor say aye. Motion is carried. Closed session to discuss the appointment, employment, assignment, promotion, discipline, demotion, compensation, removal, resignation, or performance evaluation. -305 of the Annotated Code of Maryland. Topics discussed: an individual's compensation and or reclassification, performance and or qualifications. Reason for closings: confidentiality of a specific individual's qualifications. Is for a combined gaming device permit for Kent County Cares Foundation, Chestertown. This will be first Friday in June. The table will be set up on High Street outside the Shishi's Cafe. Raffle will be held at 8 p.m., beginning at 5 p.m. to 8 o'clock p.m. We have an application from the Chester River Health Fountain. What is your pleasure, gentlemen?
So moved. Second.
Properly moved and second that the aforementioned raffle applications be approved as submitted. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion is carried unanimously. We have this is the Main Street Historic Chestertown, a beer vendor at the Tea Party, Chestertown Tea Party Festival, and this will be at Fountain Park in downtown Chestertown. It's on Saturday, May 26th of this year. And then we have also one for beer only. Also at the Chestertown Tea Party Festival in Fountain Park. This will be on May 26th. These are applications for a liquor, a license, and permits requiring a public hearing. This is that public hearing. Anyone have any comments or questions for or against the aforementioned applications? Hearing none.
Second.
Properly moved and second that the aforementioned application be approved as submitted. So, the Executive Director of the Humane Society of Kent County.
Humane Society in a formal written contract, and I've attempted to do that. Do they have copies? They do have copies. Okay. So my intention for this particular memorandum of understanding was,
To me, and I believe it's acceptable to Mrs. Heller as well.
yeah, we did make the recommended changes. We want to continue to provide services. I think we've made some progress over the last year. I think that I could tell you that if our efforts to spay and neuter animals, particularly feral cats and bully breeds of dogs, to underserved communities, and to try and minimize the number of strays is a very high priority for me. And we have made significant progress. We brought in close to 150 fewer kittens last kitten season, and that was due to. But trapping animals and dealing with bully breeds is an animal control function. So I need the officers for the implementation of the procedures. And animal control is actually pretty high on my priority list these days because there are actually communities that do not have stray problems and do not have these issues. And they've become very problematic for me personally as well as the service.
Similar agreement, I believe Cecil County does, because I seem to remember reviewing some for
Yeah.
towns up there, so.
Yeah, I didn't reinvent the wheel. I took what I liked from everybody else.
I'll make a motion on behalf of the county to accept.
Second to accept the memorandum of understanding between the county, Kent County, and the Humane Society of Kent County. Any discussion?
Can I just bring this up, that this is a one-year agreement,
Correct.
and either party could terminate it upon 90 days' notice. So if we find that it's not working out,
Into dialogue at any point in time to something that might seem better or different.
but if it's good, it just renews.
Certainly seems like to me it's working just fine the way it is.
We're trying.
It's good to hear the progress that you expect to see in the future. That should be a testimony to the work you're doing.
I do. I mean, if the job doesn't kill me, I promise results.
That's good. This codifies what you have been doing for decades.
You too.
We've adopted a few of your citizens over the years.
Thank you very much. I'm always grateful for that.
Further discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye. Motion is carried unanimously.
Thank you so much.
And I'm through that discussion, but thank you for your help a couple weeks ago.
We're
It meant
still
a-
on that.
But it meant a lot to the property owners out there that it was,
Yeah.
so they're happy that you got involved and took charge of it.
We won't leave that one alone.
And on behalf of the Board of Directors of Chesapeake Employers Insurance Company, I'm pleased to inform you that as a policyholder in the calendar year 2017, you have earned a corporate dividend. Your commitment to workplace safety and accident prevention has contributed to our success and is worth rewarding. So this is a rare occasion where an insurance agent is giving money back.
Well, we're going to expect it every year now.
You notice he gives it to the lawyer. Gives it to the lawyer. Thank you very much.
Just to let you know, it's over $12,000.
That was worth noting, Scott. $12,000. That's a big deal. Thank you.
Thank you. Evening again.
We are your heritage area. Now there are 13 states. We, the Stories of the Chesapeake, are by far the largest heritage area in the state. The Heritage Area program is at its heart and the nonprofit Eastern Shore Heritage, Inc. is its managing entity. Our mission is to generate awareness of historic resources and to promote and protect those resources. So why were we certified? We are one of the oldest working landscapes in North America. We are one of the last largely intact colonial and early American landscape. We are rich in prehistoric and historic resources, culture, history, traditions, lores, and experience. We have stories of colonization, agriculture, maritime, religious development, abolition, Underground Railroad, and amazingly, as much research has been done in this area, stories are continuing. An organization that wants to help our other organizations. We provide technical resources and workshops for our partners being the historical societies, the arts councils, and other historic and natural resources there. We provide grants. We do regional stories and linkages. They have brought in $19.8 million in state and local taxes. For every dollar of state grants that have been provided, $4.45 is in return. In our areas, we do event promotion and technical assistance. Because you're in a heritage area, properties are available and can use Sustainable Communities Rehabilitation Tax Credits. And the reason that Brooks's Tavern is sitting there is because those tax credits were used to help restore that building. It makes buildings and restoration of these type of buildings that may not be economically feasible without the tax credit. And capital and non-capital grants. Local governments can apply for our grants. We have small grants, Maryland Heritage Area Authority grants, loans, and tax credits. The capital grant, the application comes out in January of every year. It's up to $100,000 in capital grants, up to $50,000 in programming grants, and up to $2,500 in mini grants. And the mini grant applications, we are helping pay for the wayfinding system in Chestertown, the study. So those are the kind of grants. We have now passed the $1 million mark in grants for coming to Kent County as a result of our program being there through capital, programming, and small grants. And this is just from what Kent County has done. But you look at that $1 million and you think of the wonderful support you've given us over the years. That's an You can find us and come look at us, look for us at the Chestertown Tea Party this weekend. We will be there. We'll be at the Waterfowl Festival. We have brochures, rack cards. We also do a series of recipe cards that are local restaurants or local churches, and on the back is a different story. The idea is that, you go and you might throw your rack card away, but you're not going to throw that recipe for Rock Hall Oyster Pie away. You're going to keep it, and you're going to say, I want to go back there. We have a website. We also have a Facebook page, so you can follow us on Facebook. Our friendly little Otis goes to a different heritage site every week, and people can guess where he is every week. We have a series of workshops that we set up all our partners to be able to get lots of money from those Maryland Heritage Area Authority grants. And the good news is the state of Maryland raised the cap on the amount of money that's available for Maryland Heritage Area Authority grants. For years, there was a $3 million cap. Now it's a $6 million cap. And this year, the government. Unfortunately, everybody knew that, So there are 174 applications asking for over $7 million worth of grants. But hopefully the Kent County projects will be successful. We've done some cultural resource hazard mitigation for our partners beyond the ramp, making your site accessible. And that's beyond just having the ramp. It's things for people that have aging eyes like mine. You know, what fonts do you use? Do you have heritage grants? We've done trails grants using social media. And last year we did a series on the sustainable historic tax credits. Every year we have a Heritage Hero program where we recognize those individuals, organizations that have donated significantly to our heritage. This year, the Heritage Hero event will be held at the Avalon Theater on June the 7th, Thursday, June 7th. What they're doing to help sustain that culture. And we will be recognizing our 2018 Heritage Hero, which is the mainstay for their Golden Age of Waterman project. Previous recipients have been the Historical Society for their Bordley building, Bill and Mary Betts for the Towchester Revisited Museum, Kevin Himstock for all the research that he's done at Sumner Hall for called Tastiest Catch, because we are Maryland's tastiest catch. We went to the Washington Travel and Adventure Show. We didn't know what to expect. We had 1,000 of them. We had to hide them after the first of them. We have had some clear success. They were coming to Kent County, but actually they ended up going to the Kent Manor Inn because they were confused. But nevertheless, our heritage area benefited directly as a result of us being at that show. We gave out over 1,000 brochures. We gave out bags. We gave out recipe cards. We received a number of travel professional contracts and kind of talked and learned what they are looking for. New contacts for newsletters that we give out. We probably have over 800 over in Washington. They would go, I've been to St. Mary City, and we'd go, no. We get out, and luckily Bernadette suggested that we had a map, so we could get out our map and we'd say no on the other side. Another part of the Tastiest Catch campaign is we've been doing advertising. Catch a rising star. Come to our theaters. Catch an outdoor experience. That's somewhat self-explanatory. Catch me on the water. We had a picture of the packet boat. Our Heritage in Focus photo calendar. Every year we get vintage photos, put them in a calendar, and to help promote our area. We are visiting other events. We have a constant contact newsletter that is not necessarily for promotion. It's more for our partners, to let our partners know what sort of grants are out there and other programs to help our partners have more to offer our tourists as they come. Of our recipe cards. Do you have any questions?
I have no questions, but it's very informative.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. You know where to find me. You can always call me, and I'll be glad to help and do what.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay. Put him last. Yeah. Public Works Director, interim.
We need a special.
Part of that loader, we were able to go back to the budgets and cut a lot of stuff out of some of the budgets around Public Works, so we're able to purchase that loader with the money that we were able to save from some of the budgets out there. so we won't be needing contingency, but I do need approval to move the monies around so we can have enough to purchase it, so.
So moved.
Second?
Probably moving second to allocate funds in the amount of $126,129.27 to be absorbed within wheel loader under the NGPA procurement contract. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion is carried unanimously.
The other thing in there, you had the contract for the Galena collection system, Brown's contract. And Tom, look at it, he's project up.
Yes.
9 months is scheduled to take, yeah. So,
Make a motion to approve the, or sign the contract for the Galena collection system agreement.
Okay. Second. Properly moving second to approve and sign the agreement as presented. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion is carried unanimously.
thank you.
L, our Director of Human Resources, please.
Hey, thank you. As you know, we're in full swing of hiring seasonal employees for the Parks and Rec Department. Last week I had 22 applicants. The week before, probably around 30. We're probably around 60. And tonight I'm requesting 5 hires, 2 of which are returning employees from last season, 2 of the 5.
Submitted applicants for the summer seasonal positions in the Parks and Recreation Department as requested pending successful completion of county pre-employment requirements.
And be ready for the summer season. So I guess there'll be a couple of trickle-in hires, but we should be winding down at this point.
Very good.
Thanks, Marty.
Thank you.
Hey. Sam.
Okay. I have for you a few requests. The first is from the Maryland Department of Housing and Community Development, DHCD. They have sent a letter, which is their annual letter, requesting Kent County to
Transfer of Kent County 2018 bond allocation to the Department of Housing. All those in favor say aye. Motion is carried unanimously.
Next, we have a recommendation for a board member to join the Tourism Advisory Board, and that is a 3-year term.
So moved.
Second?
Party moving second to appoint an individual recommended to the Tourism Advisory Board for a 3-year term effective immediately.
Temporary movable Vietnam Wall Memorial, and included in your packets tonight is a proclamation. And while the display is up, I believe Commissioner Fithian has offered to deliver the proclamation, and that's
Then welcome, sure.
Okay.
the amount of $90,000. They're phase 4 of their renovations next door. And if you haven't been in there, they really have floor renovations is approximately $180,000, and they are applying to the state of Maryland for 90, and the other 90 would come from the county if you approve it. And again, that's FY20, so this is just a letter of intent. This is not affecting this coming year's budget.
So moved.
Second?
Party moving second to approve the letter of intent to commit $90,000 in matching funds for FY20 to renovate the Chestertown branch of the Kent County Library. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Motion is carried unanimously.
Network, they needed a letter of support from the county, and where's the letter to be signed by them? That's in the packet as well, yes. Right? That's correct. Okay, so there's a letter in your packet to be signed for the continuation of the Kent Family Center for this upcoming year.
All right. That's it.
That's it.
Anybody?
I do have some. The conversation we had a month or so ago about for the 3-year-old program, at least for a location. So I would highly recommend that we get back on track with Kent Family Center, collaboration between you guys and the school system to make that spot viable to work. That way the families are still being served, the school system's being served. I would like to see that process continue and not get off track with that as well.
KRM cannot facilitate that request for the upcoming year to co-locate those programs. The various agencies are here and could talk to that better than I could. If you, yeah, that would be great.
So I'm Katie Bloomer. I'm the child development specialist. So because our parents stay on site, we're not required to be licensed. So that means we don't have to adhere to all the same standards, whereas in a 3-year-old program where parents would be off-site, you'd have to go through the Maryland licensing. In our space, we would only be able to serve a maximum of 12 kids by square footage. And so that would mean that with the 3-year-old program hoping to serve 12 children, there would be no room left for any of our children and our families in that same space.
So the argument that we've had for weeks now, 2 days a week, sometimes these kids are being served as a whole. We can't find a way to collaborate and make this work.
Not with our existing space. Yeah. So we had reached out to KRM to ask if they could add on, and they need that warehouse space at the current time, so we would be looking at some time in the future.
A need, maybe their parents are getting their GED, maybe they're looking for a job, maybe they're participating in a parenting class, and that's going to be a short term. So they come in, they receive the services they need. If they family network, and we have to serve 32, our goal is 32 families a month. So we wouldn't be able to operate in Maryland Family Network's model and collaborate with the 3-year-old program unless we had additional space where we could have a separate 3-year-old program that we could serve with additional staff.
Because you're not licensed daycare.
Because we're not a licensed daycare and we don't, there's a lot of similarities in what we do, but we are funded primarily through Maryland Family Network. We have to adhere to their guidelines. They have very specific rules about the observations we have on our children. Us to do it.
So, okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
I just would like to add that we can become a licensed child care facility. It's not necessarily an issue of not being able to work with them. It's just
development room has, what is it, 500
it's licensed for,
square feet?
it would be licensed for 12 children, and then we have an infant room that's licensed, would be licensed for 3. So it's not to say that we could never work it out. I mean, it takes a lot of creativity, but that's what we do. We develop programs and we're creative and we recruit families.
That'd be something we could take a look at, but until we find it.
3-year-old space, we could certainly work both programs in that space.
Keep our eyes open.
And I believe
Just throwing that out there. You're in here today talking about your potentially losing a half staff for them home visitations, but part of the grant is the one who would give you a problem that this couldn't work out for a year and figure out a way to collaborate and make this happen. Who are you answering to, or who are you getting your information from at the top?
Maryland Family Network.
Funding, Maryland Family Network.
Okay. All right. All right.
So we can incorporate a 3-year-old program into what we're doing, but we can't stop doing this to do this. We have to run them concurrently. We have to make it work together with everyone.
We agreed within the agreement.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you both.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm good.
Only comment I'd like to have is there has been a rumor going around the community that I am not a resident of Kent County. entirely years, and have lived in the Great Oak community all during that time, and plan on staying there, and plan on being buried here too when the time comes. Not anytime soon. No. Not in the foreseeable future. Okay. Questions at all from the media? Yes, sir. Um,
126.
This year, not this coming budget. The budget we're in, we'll paying for it out of that.
Some of that's because, staff not being there, money saved because of the staff people not being there. Instead of it going back into the general fund at the end of this fiscal year, he was able to move things around to make it work out of this current budget.
Yeah. Bob, you have anything? Anyone have any questions at all?
Mr. Whitman, I got a present for you.
That's your reward.
It's the grease.
Motion to adjourn.